Hello and welcome. This will be a weekly reading for all water signs, Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, and Jupiter, Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces for the week of January 25th. So before we get into the reading, I want to touch a little bit on astrological planetary energy. It's going to be happening throughout the week. So starting out the week Monday the 25th, the moon will be in Gemini. So coupled with your water energy, air energy might make you, not make you, may cause you to be a little bit more detached, airy, up in the clouds, daydreaming a lot. This is the time, I think, to keep a journal. Take note of any thoughts, ideas, dreams that occur during the start of the week, and especially on Monday. Just take note of any inspiration that may come in, but make sure not to get too detached, stay grounded a little bit. You may be inspired to do some root chakra cleansing and healing at the beginning of the week, just to make sure that you're not getting too lost out in the astrological sauce. Sorry, that was a funny joke. So I'm getting playful energy perhaps at the start of the week, or at least that Monday, or maybe later in the week with the full moon being in Leo. But before we get to that, on the 28th, the sun will be squaring Uranus. So you might be experiencing some unexpected changes, a little bit of chaos. And since this is Uranus, any of these effects may be long-term, so be aware of that. I think the best advice during this time is to be open and in flow with receiving any changes, being flexible, definitely tapping into your water energy to just receive and accept any changes that might occur. Maybe do some work ahead of time to sort of fantasize or dream perhaps on Monday about any big changes that you might want to initiate in. So also on the 28th, the sun will be in conjunct with Jupiter. So you may be receiving some new opportunities, job, romance, business, whatever it may be. Now's the time to speak positivity into yourself, into your projects, into your communities, whatever that may be. Just really tap into this abundance, this energy of abundance. And because also a lot is happening on the 28th, on that Thursday, so be prepared for that. Maybe a little tired, may need to focus on relaxation and self-care if you start to feel drained, because Venus will also be in conjunct of Pluto, I believe, on that Thursday. So it's maybe time to reflect on your relationships. You may be feeling a little self-critical. So be aware of that. Make sure to love on yourself. And since Venus is in Capricorn, you may be inspired to rethink your long-term relationships and projects, your ideas around family, commitment, and your relationship with nature. So just be aware, and you might be going through that. But also on that Thursday is the full moon in Leo. Now is really the time to, I think, to play and to experience joy and to heal the ego. So this may be some type of work that you're doing around that time. Okay, so now we'll get started with the reading. So I did pre-shuffle and pre-pull cards, but I'll flip them over and interpret them during this reading. Okay, so for the first card, just sort of representing where you are at the beginning of the week. This could be mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Okay. I pulled 5 of Wands. Okay, sorry if you can't see that. I will try to type in the cards that I pulled at the bottom. Okay, let me get that over. 5 of Wands. Okay. Interesting. At the beginning of the week, though, especially that Monday, you may be feeling, a little bit more dreamy, a little airy. This may cause some communication problems with either family members or co-workers or your partner, romantic, platonic. Maybe some arguments at the beginning of the week, a little bit of combativeness. Okay. All right, let's see what energy is coming in throughout the week, especially with this 5 of Wands. Okay, let's see. Okay, interesting. Okay, I pulled the Four of Cups, definitely water sign energy. Okay, pulled Knight of Cups also. Okay, water sign. Here we go. And I pulled the Emperor. Okay, a fire sign. So you may be in conflict with a fire sign or with fire signs. Multiples may be like, again, like co-workers. This could be like a structure or institution, which makes sense for, this time. Okay. So with the Four of Cups and the Knight of Cups, I'm actually getting the Four of Cups, maybe time to get grounded, get stable, especially with Monday, that energy, maybe time to come back down to earth a little bit. With Knight of Cups and the Emperor, maybe called to get a balance also with your masculine and feminine energies. The Knight of Cups is a person who is in tune with their emotion, who is confident, sure, and connected with their intuition, who allows things to flow. I guess this is sort of connecting with the Uranus Sun energy happening on the 28th. Again, getting advice to just be receptive, be grounded a little bit, be accepting to change. You may be called on to open your thinking a little bit, to be open to other ways of thinking or ideas. With Emperor card in the Four of Cups, you may be called also to provide or to co-facilitate a space of understanding, of healing for this Five of Wands. Whatever the conflict is, you may be creating a space where this conflict can be resolved, or where whoever's involved can communicate freely to, I guess, move forward from this and to heal from it. Okay, so maybe time to actually get structured when it comes to balancing masculine and feminine energies, or maybe in tune with your intuition and emotions. You may need to start a meditation practice or another spiritual ritual, so that when it's time to do this conflict resolution work, or this teamwork, that you're grounded and connected with yourself and emotions, that you can help ease this process, or ease this conflict, or help others understand their emotions, or to communicate better. Okay. All right, so the next cards represent areas where you may need to focus or energy your attention. Okay, interesting. So I pulled the Devil in reverse. Okay, that's Capricorn energy. Okay, and Venus will be in Capricorn. Okay. Two of Swords. Okay. And Two of Wands in reverse. Okay, Two of Wands in reverse. Okay. So the twos are telling me that you may, towards the middle or end of the week, you may have a decision to make. You might be in conflict a little bit with this decision, and this uncomfortability may have been triggered or caused by the conflict of the Five of Wands. With the Devil card in reverse, and with Venus being in Capricorn, the Devil card representing Capricorn, this may resolve a partnership or a relationship or workplace situation. Okay, I feel like the decision isn't as hard as it seems. You know what you need to do, you know what feels right, but you may be falling back on old patterns, old behaviors that aren't necessarily healthy for you. Now is the time. I feel like the Five of Wands is also combined with the Devil. Devil to me means a test that the universe is sending you to see if you've actually healed from something, or if you're actually ready to move on from a certain situation or an energy level. The Five of Wands is that test in terms of relationship, or in terms of a workplace conflict. Like, you know what decision to make, and it's time to choose what elevates you, what helps you grow, what feels good, and to move on and leave that behind. Okay. Whatever this is, at the beginning of the week, it's a test. You know what decision you need to make. Or if not, maybe again, do some meditation, do some spiritual rituals, pray, just to get some insight from your guides and ancestors. But once you know that it's time to make that decision, move forward, and don't let yourself get trapped, or don't let yourself trap yourself by old thought patterns, old again or behaviors that aren't in alignment with your higher self and higher purpose. Let's see. Okay, so the last cards represent something that may manifest at the end of the week. Okay, this could be an energy, this could be a project, a message. Okay, I pulled Eight of Swords. Okay. I got water signs, get out of your head. That message came in. Might be overthinking something or not, you're too much in headspace and you're not connecting with your emotions in a healthy way. So again, it's time to get a little bit grounded in your emotions, if that makes sense. Okay. Also, I pulled the Lovers in reverse. Okay, I think this Five of Wands conflict is about a relationship. That can be with yourself or others. But the Eight of Swords is all about negative thought patterns, feeling trapped, feeling isolated. I think this connects with the Devil card. These may be, thoughts or patterns or something that you thought you have healed from or, moved on from in the past, but it's resurfacing. Again, it's just a test that the universe is sending you. And with the Lovers in reverse, I think it's about being out of balance. Again, out of balance from your head space and your heart space. Being, out of balance in terms of a relationship. What feels good, what is healthy for you, and it's time to get in alignment. It's time to be clear on your values, your core beliefs, what balances you in terms of relationships, in terms of care. Maybe time to set up boundaries. Okay, I keep getting boundaries, but maybe time to set up boundaries in relationships or in work partnerships, and make that decision to choose yourself and move forward. Leave behind what no longer serves you. And again, once you do this work, once you gain some confidence from making the right decision, you may be inspired to again hold space for your partner, for this work, for your co-workers to, heal from whatever the conflict is of the Five of Wands, or to resolve the conflict from the Five of Wands, or or to, resolve the conflict within yourself. Okay, so the last card I will pull is from my affirmation deck, just sort of an affirmation that you might be inspired to repeat for yourself throughout the week of the 23rd. Oh, pulled out, guys. Okay. I am discerning. Okay. Here you go. Sorry if you can't really read that, but I'll read it out loud. I am discerning. I love myself enough to say no to people and situations that don't serve my highest good. I'm discerning. Okay, this makes sense in terms of this entire reading so far. It's definitely about relationships. I'm thinking now this could be even family included, and you may be, often doing care for others, perhaps, and you've been doing too much care and not really turning it in toward yourself. So now you feel unbalanced and, sort of down in the dumps, maybe drained. And now it's time to keep getting more your boundaries. So it's time to set up boundaries in your relationships, so that when it is time for you to give care to others, you're grounded, you're healthy, you're stable. It's stable, and you can also give care to yourself. So Pisces or Cancers or Scorpios, I suggest for the full moon in Leo that you take the time to maybe do a self-care, self-love ritual, and maybe write out some areas in your relationships where you feel uncomfortable, where you feel drained, and come up with some solutions and boundaries, set up boundaries. And then after the full moon, communicate with your partners or your co-workers or your family members these boundaries that you're going to be moving forward. You may in turn create a space of conflict resolution, of open and free communication. Okay, well, I hope this reading was somewhat helpful or entertaining and that you have a wonderful week.